All right, welcome back, amazing traders. This is 𝗟𝗏𝗪, Head Market Analyst at EQ Markets Global. And it's another beautiful week for us to have an outlook of the market and what exactly is going to be expected from the market for this week. I hope you've been following our channels, and I'm always super delighted, as you know, to share moments like this with you guys. All right, so last week we did some pretty numbers in profit, and of course, I wasn't able to give you much assets as per my bias for last week. And so Euro GBP, I think, was the only asset that I was very precise to tell you the stop loss, the take profits, and all that. Amazing. This is how Euro GBP has performed from last week Monday. I gave the call to this Monday, and this is a whooping 57 pips plus that has been made on this pair, right? It took so much time, about 55 pips, right? But this amazingly was a 1 to 6.9 RR. Simply means somebody putting down a $50 on this particular trade is walking home with nearly $350. And somebody putting in $100 on this trade will be going home with about nearly $700 on this same trade. Guys, this week I'm going to also share with you some of my bias and how you can be milking the market. So I want you to stay with me. But before we get started fully, let's go to look at the economic calendar for today. Okay, so what do we have here? So this week will undoubtedly be one of the busiest, and I wouldn't fail to also mention that it's also going to be one of the most important weeks for traders and investors around the world, as 5 major central banks will be putting out their decisions on interest rates this week. We have, of course, the Japanese, the central bank in Japan will be putting out their monetary policy statement on Tuesday. And then on by 4:30 a.m. as well, we will be having AUD, which is the Reserve Bank of Australia. Would also have the Federal Reserve Bank in the US. Would also have the from the CHF, right? From Switzerland, we would also be seeing the Swiss National Bank as well put forward their monetary policy statement and interest rates and all. And last but not the least, will be coming out on Thursday. Is it on Thursday? Hope I'm not mistaken. Yes, it will be coming out on Thursday, where we will also be expecting the Monetary Policy Committee give the report for the monetary policy summary and statement. So amazing. This week is a very busy week and also going to be a very decisive week for a lot of investors around the globe and also a lot of traders in the financial market. But don't worry, it's going to be a very beautiful week where we're going to be making so much money. I need you to stay with me while we just quickly take a quick recap of the economic calendar, and we go over to the chart and look at what pair will be giving us money this week. So as you all know, Monday is, we only have one high impact expected news on Monday, which is apparently coming out from the Chinese economy, and that's industrial production. And then on Tuesday, don't forget, we're expecting 2 bank decisions on Tuesday from the Japan, and also from Australia. We'll be expecting the Reserve Bank of Australia give their cash rate statement as well. And then also then going forward, same Tuesday, 1:30 p.m., we'll be expecting some CPI data coming out from Canada, okay? So we also put that in our watch list and take note of it. And then by Wednesday, we'll be having an all-day bank holiday for Japan economy, right? Pretty well, I'm not even so sure what they're celebrating. I think that's observance of Equinox Day, Vernal Equinox Day. Maybe you probably want to check it out, okay? And then, of course, the FOMC, Federal Open Market Committee projections will also be released 7 p.m. on Wednesday, March 20th. That's going to be super, super, super amazing. So, guys, we also put our eyes on the Federal Open Market Committee statement that will be coming out by 7 p.m. Nigerian time on March 20th, okay? And then on Thursday, there is a handful of activities from Australia to Europe to Swiss back to Europe, back to Swiss, back to Great Britain. I mean, guys, too many news that we're expecting coming out on Thursday. But most importantly, among all of these news is the unemployment and employment change that we're expecting to come out in Australia. And of course, that report will be coming out by 1:30 a.m. Guys, one of the reasons why, as a trader and also as an investor in the financial market, one of the reasons why I love the AUD is because of its high impact expected news, which are always released late at night. So before the morning you're waking up, I mean, you're seeing either massive blues. And funny enough, because my analysis pretty well have been so good on AUD, I've always woken up to blues. So I don't really know. It works for me, but I don't know if you probably want to look at it, right? For the AUD 1:30 a.m. news, the unemployment rate and employment change that we're expecting, it's something that is pretty well going to be fetching you a lot of money. Okay. So we should also be looking at that on Thursday. I think there is another one for Tuesday. Yeah, that will be by 4:30 a.m. And of course, that's the cash rate policy statement. All right. Then of course, we have some manufacturing and services PMI coming out from Europe 9:15 a.m. and also from the Swiss National Bank, the monetary policy statement 9:30 a.m. Nigerian time. And then more flash and services, manufacturing and services PMI coming out for Europe as well by 9:30 a.m. And also by 10:30 a.m. we will see the same manufacturing and services PMI coming out from the Great Britain. And more so by 1 p.m. then we will be having to take the bank rate decision from Great Britain, okay? And so on. Okay, so I think that's basically it. Then on Friday is just a little handful of information that we also need to take note of. And precisely, I'm coming, let me just highlight that so that we can see it, okay? So that we can see it because it's very important. All right. So on Friday, March 22nd, we will also be expecting the Euro Summit. Now, guys, I'll pretty well talk about the Euro Summit within the week that is coming up, right? On Friday, March 22nd, but I also need you to go take a look at it a bit, okay? The Euro Summit. All right. That's amazing. That's cool. 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 Now let's quickly go over to the economic calendar. So this is last week's trade, and I'm going to be sharing with you my buyers for this week. Let's quickly go over to the economic calendar because I wouldn't be touching so much of the US pairs. Please pardon me to not look at the dollar index for this week. Okay, I'll probably not be looking at the dollar index for this week. All right, so what are the assets that are on my watch list that I am looking at critically at the moment? All right, these assets are the assets that I am looking at. I'm currently trading one of them. I will start with that one, and then we're going to look at the other ones as well. They are my top assets for this week, okay? And of course, I'm looking out for more opportunities coming out from those assets. All right, so the one I'm currently trading is 𝗟𝗜𝗏𝗘, okay? So let's open up 𝗟𝗜𝗏𝗘 and let's look at it together. So I am currently buying 𝗟𝗜𝗏𝗘. So this is one of the assets that I gave you guys last week. I think last week. Okay, so let me show you why I am pretty well going on a long journey for 𝗟𝗜𝗏𝗘, right? So if you look at 𝗟𝗜𝗏𝗘 first on the weekly time frame, right? If you look at 𝗟𝗜𝗏𝗘 first on the weekly time frame, there are certain things you notice, right? First, 𝗟𝗜𝗏𝗘 moving in this big trend line channel. And of course, in this big trend line channel, you can see that this is a counter trend line, right? So apparently in the long term of things, most likely there are chances that 𝗟𝗜𝗏𝗘 would perhaps come to the same counter trend line and then begin to bounce up. But for now, in the mid and short term of things, I really do not see that happening, right? I really do not see that happening. That's on the weekly time frame. If you scale down to daily time frame, yeah, if you scale down to the daily time frame, we can also see that this particular zone here is a very important zone that is about to be reacted on. So I just want to take the few pips that could be generated because price is reacting to this other block here, and of course the imbalance, the whole imbalance that is here. And also on the 4-hourly time frame, it's also beautiful to see this particular trend line being respected a couple of times, 1, 2, and 3, and again here, now 4. And of course, we have our commodity channel index to confirm this trade. And so, of course, I have already entered the market long early enough, right? I'm already in this market early enough for a buy, right? And I'm running in some good amount of profit. So I would possibly be looking at my stop loss somewhere around 0.82180, right? And I'll be having my take profit at least up onto this level here. All right, this is pretty kind of small. The risk to reward is pretty kind of small. But of course, if prices breaks above this level, then of course I'm looking all the way to this top, which will be giving us around 1:5 RR. Okay. So, but then this is one of the things I am looking at for this week. Okay. I'm looking so much at 𝗟𝗜𝗞𝗘 for this week, right? We have confirmations. We have confirmations now on. Oh, sorry about that. We have confirmations now on the 4-hourly time frame, but we do not have confirmations on the daily time frame. So I need you to just take note of that, right? So you just pretty well be looking at the trade, and of course, if there is any invalidations or any change in what we're expecting in the market, you'll be able to act swiftly, right? And of course, I'm also looking at CAD JPY. Okay, I'm also looking at CAD JPY. Now on CAD JPY, we've seen a clear bearish movement that has been happening. I expect that bearish movement to, of course, continue to happen. Okay, so on CAD JPY, we see the bearish movement, although on the daily time frame, we see that the bearish movement did not close below these levels here, right? We see that the bearish movement did not close below this level. However, on the 4-hourly time frame, looking at it, we've already seen on the 4-hourly time frame, we've already seen more like a change of character and the whole stuff, right? So of course, we've seen this old liquidity that was resting here. Let me mark them all out. We have this old liquidity that was resting here. So here was liquidity, here was liquidity, and here was liquidity. And of course, apparently, all those liquidity were effectively cleared and effectively purged by this large movement, and prices even moved below. All right, if we're to look at as also the liquidity resting here, this liquidity was also effectively purged, right? So I was for that opportunity for the market to retrace up and we find a good entry for a buy. Okay, so prices coming back into this zone here, I'm expecting. All right, so this is on the 4-hourly time frame. So apparently there's another block on the 1-hourly time frame which you cannot see on this 4-hourly time frame, right? So on this particular zone around this level of 110.610 to 110.244, if we see a confirmation for a sell, then I'm also going to be taking CAD JPY for a sell, right? I'm going to be taking CAD JPY for a sell. Once I see confirmation on that zone, my stop loss will be placed a little above that level. And then, of course, I will be heading all the way down to this point here. And this will present me at around 3 risks to reward, right? 3 RR trade setup. And of course, GBP JPY as well. I'm trying to hurry up so I make this video as short as possible. Okay, on GBP JPY as well, I'm expecting the same thing to happen, right? I'm looking for a confirmation, a sell confirmation on this zone. So I've not entered yet because I've not seen sell confirmations by my commodity channel index. So once I see a sell confirmation, I'm also expecting this to rally all the way to the down, giving me at least a 1:2.6 RR. And the same thing applies for AUD JPY. And of course, on AUD/JPY as well, I am expecting a confirmation yet. Okay, so I haven't entered the trade because I'm expecting a confirmation. So once I get a sell confirmation on AUD/JPY as well, I am taking the trade all the way down, and this will give me 1:3.5 RR. All right. So I mentioned to you NZD CAD JPY, GBP JPY, and AUD JPY. But I told you already, I'm currently on NZD CAD trade. So you can just go back, watch for the parameters, and get on the trade. Right. So thank you so much. If you're new to this channel, please do well to subscribe, leave a comment for me, and also give this video a thumbs up. That would really encourage me to put out more educative content just like this one or any other one we're going to be putting out. And also, you would probably want to be part of our community where we have trainings on a weekly basis for the beginners, for intermediates, and also for people who want to become professionals. To be part of that community, simply head over to our Telegram channel and be part of that Telegram channel so you can get all the information that you need. Or if you're looking for the link to get to the Telegram channel, please look in the description of this video. You're going to find a link to our website, to our Telegram, and other social media handles. And of course, if you don't have an account with our most recommended broker, the most reliable broker right now, then please do so. Head over to our website, create an account. We're going to reach out to you and we're going to give you the best educational support and also the best customer service you can find anywhere in Africa. Thank you so much and see you within the week where we trade live together on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Bye for now.